Imagine a dimly tavern somewhere in Europe. The air is thick with the smell of pipe smoke, spilled ale, and spirited debate. At a corner table, two of the era's most formidable minds sit across from each other, a half-empty bottle of wine between them. Friedrich Nietzsche, with his commanding mustache and intense gaze, swirls the liquid in his glass. Across from him, Karl Marx, his magnificent beard a testament to his seniority, leans forward, his eyes burning with conviction. Marx begins, his voice a low rumble. Look around you, Herr Nietzsche. This entire establishment, this very society, is built upon a lie. The man serving our wine, the cook in the kitchen, the workers who built these walls, they are all cogs in a machine they do not own. They sell their labor, their very life force, for a wage that barely keeps them alive, while the owner, the bourgeois, profits from their sweat. This is the fundamental conflict of history. The class struggle, the proletariat versus the bourgeoisie. Nietzsche sets his glass down with a soft click, a wry smile playing on his lips. Class struggle. Herr Marx, you are looking at the symptoms, not the disease. The problem is not economic, it is moral. For centuries, we have been chained by what I call a slave morality, a system of values created by the weak to restrain the strong. It preaches pity, humility, and equality, all to make the powerful feel guilty for their own strength. It tells us to live for a supposed afterlife, sacrificing our potential in this one. This morality has turned us into a herd of timid sheep. Marx scoffs, stroking his beard. Morality is a superstructure, a product of the economic base. The ruling class dictates what is moral to maintain its power. Religion, as I've said, is the opiate, a tool to numb the pain of exploitation and promise a celestial reward for earthly suffering. But when the workers of the world unite, they will cast off these chains and seize the means of production. A new, classless society will emerge, and your so-called morality will wither away along with the state that enforces it. And what will you replace it with? Nietzsche counters, his voice rising in intensity. A new herd. A society of equals when mediocrity is the highest virtue. No. Humanity's purpose is not to wallow in collective comfort. It is to overcome itself. We must cast off these old values, look into the abyss of a world without God, and not flinch. From this crucible, a new kind of human can emerge, a being who creates his own values, who embraces life in all its beauty and terror, who lives with passion and power. He is not a master of others, but a master of himself. Marx leans back, a dismissive wave of his hand. Your Übermensch is a fantasy, a romantic ideal for the isolated aristocrat. It ignores the material reality of human existence. A man cannot create his own values when he is starving. He cannot overcome himself when his children are sick, and he cannot afford a doctor. Real freedom, true human potential, can only be unlocked when the material needs of all are met, when no one is exploited for another's gain. Your philosophy is a distraction. Mine is a call to action, a blueprint for revolution. Nietzsche stares into his wine, his expression turning somber. Revolution. You will simply trade one set of chains for another. Your dictatorship of the proletariat will become its own tyranny, crushing the individual spirit in the name of the collective. You see history as a march toward a predetermined utopia. I see it as an eternal recurrence, a cycle we must learn to love, to live each moment so fully that you would be willing to repeat it for all eternity. That is the ultimate affirmation of life. Can your revolutionary say the same? Or is he always sacrificing the present for a future that may never come? The two men fall silent, the weight of their ideas hanging heavy in the air. The sounds of the tavern fade into a distant murmur. Two different paths for humanity, two monumental visions, clashing in the quiet corner of a German bar. The debate is far from over. In fact, for the rest of the world, it has only just begun. If you enjoyed this glimpse into a meeting of minds, and you'd like to see more philosophical and historical explorations, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.